Here we go. We are live and we are recording. Awesome. We are right now with our 5 winners for our Reboot Challenge for the holiday season. Congratulations, you guys. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you.
This is
Thank
so
you.
awesome. We've never had 5 winners before. We have 4 who were in the weight loss challenge, and we have 1 that was a coach. So Joy, welcome. You're the coach that won. How exciting.
Very exciting, yes.
Yeah, and then we have Candace, Shelby, Jen, and we also have Katina. So each one has a different story to tell, each one for different reasons. Let's start, Candace. Candace, you, I think, were the one with the most weight loss, right? You
Yes.
went from a size 20 to a size 8. Holy moly, that's huge. Now, in your story, you said that you didn't know what the pounds were. Do you kind of know what you lost?
I really don't, and I'm really sorry to say that I don't. I have I have a hate relationship with the scale. I never liked getting on the scales, but I did track my progress with clothes. I would do it every day. I would put on the same outfit every day. And so I noticed my inches. I noticed the clothes fitting better. I just didn't want to get on the scale.
I don't blame you. I have the same problem, and I'm right there with you. It's funny to me because most people think that when they're doing some sort of a weight loss program that they have to know how much weight they actually lost. But for some of us, that's a psychological problem. And so it's actually better for many of us to just know that we're fitting in the clothes that we want to fit into. So
Yeah.
that was an amazing story. How did you feel when you got to where you wanted to be? I think you said size 8, right? You got into a size 8, and what did you do?
I started going shopping for clothes. It felt so good to be able to go. And it was really strange at times because I could go to a smaller size and try those clothes on. So that was a lot of fun.
That's great. So what is your one tip that you would give to somebody who was using ZipSlim and wanting to lose weight?
I would say stay in your lane, run your race. Everybody is different. And that was my problem at the beginning. I was looking at other people and I saw that they were losing so much, but I was sick. I had Lyme disease and other things going on. So I had to run my own race. So I would say stay consistent, trust the process.
That's a good idea. Very good idea. Okay, so we also have with us, and jump in anytime you want, Candace, with these other questions. We also have with us Jen. Jen, you were our 10-pound and under winner, because not everybody who loses weight wants to lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. Some people just want to lose a small amount. And with you were talking about how you lost, let me see, you lost 9 pounds and 10 inches. 10 inches is a lot.
Yeah. So what happened for me was I work out every day, 5 days a week, and I am in my 18th week now of working out 5 days a week. And I was stalled. I was working out, doing weights, getting on the treadmill, all that stuff. And I am a mother to 8 children, so I'm really busy. So, for my mental health and my physical health, I would like to stay in shape. And I was just stalled. And someone sent me a sample of this lemonade, and it rebooted my metabolism and got me going again and got me super excited. I measured the day that I started drinking the lemonade, which is so delicious. And then that's where I'm at right now.
That is great. Amazing. So what do you think, what was it about your journey about ZipSlim or whatever, was it ZipSlim that made you all of a sudden come out of that slump that you were in, do you think?
I mean, that's really the only thing I changed. What I love about it too is I had breast cancer a few years back and surgeries and all that goes along with that, chemo, etc. And I was already taking like 10 of the ingredients in the ZipSlim, which was, I hate swallowing pills. And so this actually saved me money. I was already taking ashwagandha, rhodiola, curcumin, you know, all the things, vitamin D, this is all, you know, coming from my oncologist and naturopath. And why not just drink it in a yummy lemonade? Hello. It's so delicious
Yes.
and so
Oh.
much more economical.
I hope that's not me making that background sound. That is wonderful. So it saved you money. Plus it was a naturopathic way to lose your weight. I know I mean, well, first of all, congratulations on being a breast cancer survivor. That is amazing.
Right.
That there is probably even better than winning the $1,000. And having something, you know, that you know and trust that you can use that is beneficial for your body. So that's great. Thank you for sharing that story. So Katina,
Yes, ma'am.
tell us your story. Now, I know that you lost 21 pounds
Yes.
and your husband actually, he used ZipSlim, if I remember correctly, before you did, right?
He did. He is a coach with Miss Joy. And so he had been using it. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I hear you. And I've been going through some medical challenges as well. I was told I had to have surgery. And so that was a whole big blow for me. And then I was rushed to the emergency room last year. And so I was heavy, didn't know how heavy I was. I knew I was heavy because of the fact that I was wearing a larger size clothes. And so after that surgery, and my levels were like all over the place. And I said, I'm gonna have to do something. And so he came to me, he said, so are you gonna try it now? And I was like, well, at this point, yes. And so after surgery, I tried it and it's easy. I mean, you put it in the bottle, shake it up, and you go. And I'm in HR, so I'm constantly going. And so that was so easy for me. And I was doing that, drinking one a day at first, walking 20 minutes, and the weight was coming off. Well, I was still, I guess, in denial a little bit until I went to my doctor's appointment follow up, and he said, Katina, you lost 21 pounds. What are you doing? And I was like, first I said nothing. And so then I was like, no, I'm drinking this drink. He was like, whatever you're doing, keep it up. All of your levels are excellent. You're down, just keep it up. And so my mental clarity, everything was just, it was so much easier for me. And like I said, just to put it in the bottle, shake it and go was awesome for me.
That's
So,
great. So let me get this straight. You walked and you drank ZipSlim.
mhm.
Is that all you did? Like, were you watching your diet and stuff?
I did, but I didn't as much. At the beginning, I really didn't watch what I ate. But as time went on, my body began to say, no, we can't have that
Right.
with the Zip. It was definitely taking my appetite to a whole nother level where I would say my plate was like a saucer size of a plate. And Calvin was saying, you noticing the difference, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I kind of brush them off a little bit. But when I tell you it works like, I feel like it's like magic. And every night I get my bottle and I'm like, okay, in my bag, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I take mine everywhere. Like,
yeah,
have packets everywhere.
exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I love it
anybody
because
want a sample, I always have a sample with me. So yeah.
yeah, I love it too. And I love it when I'm traveling. These are so easy to travel with.
Mhm.
It's crazy because my favorite gift came from my daughter who also uses ZipSlim, and she found one of those milk frothers that blends everything together. And I've used it at least twice a day ever since Christmas, and that was my favorite gift because it mixes up my ZipSlim so well. So crazy that once we get into this, we find other things that make it so that our life is so much easier. Okay, so thank you for telling your story, Katina.
No problem.
Shelby, you, my dear, lost 21 pounds in 8 weeks, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
8?
Yeah, and now I'm up to 25 now and 10. So
Oh my gosh, good for you. Yeah,
I feel
how
like
did you do it so fast?
Yeah.
I feel like listening to everyone's stories too, it's so funny because mine's complete opposite. I'm the kind of person that always has to go on the scale, just because even if it's going down or it's going up, like I just want to see it. I'm like a very visual person. So, I weigh myself every Monday. That's just what I do. And so I started seeing them come off like rapidly, like every single week. One week I didn't have any, but then the next week, like it doubled. So I was like, you know what? It's working for me. Also, I have to admit, I don't work out personally. I do have 5 kids though, and chasing them around, I feel like is a workout.
Yeah.
So maybe I still do. But that's the only thing that I really changed was adding 2 ZipSlims to my diet. And something I feel like that was super important for me that I noticed really helped the progress was making sure that I was drinking it 30 minutes before I took a meal, because then it really helped me like with my portions, where like after I drank the ZipSlim and then when I went to eat, like I wasn't overeating anymore. And I think that's where I struggle the most, is because I love food. Like it's my coping, it's my comfort, right? It's just what I cope with sometimes. So it was nice drinking that 30 minutes prior and then not having that like feeling of hunger to where like I want to eat everything that's on my plate. So that's what I noticed the most that was really changing too, was my portion control. Not to mention that, but I think it was my first week with ZipSlim, or it may have been my first or second, but it was my time of the month, ladies. We all got it. Well, some of us. And and during that time, I crave salty and sweet like no other. Like I do. It's just me. Like I have to have my like salt and vinegar chips with my Hershey's. Like that's just how I am. And when I was on the ZipSlim, I was like, holy cow, like I'm not having those cravings. It's like totally curbing my appetite. And I was like, what is this? This is crazy, because every time in the month, like I'm always diving into the salt and sweet. So I noticed that too, just really reduced my cravings. So to say that I haven't changed my diet, it is true because I haven't, but I also am not craving the crap that I used to before. So that's been a huge beauty, because for me, like when I tell myself, and this is just me personally, but when I tell myself I'm going to go on a diet, right? I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. Usually I lose and then I gain it back, because it's just my like mental, like that's how I work. And so now when I take my 2 ZipSlim, I just do my regular diet, but I have my portions. I'm not craving the crap like I used to, and I'm enjoying life and losing 25 pounds. So
Wow.
I'm going to keep taking this twice a day. And then when I was in Mexico, actually, I didn't bring enough. Oh my God, let's not even talk about that. But the 2 days that I was off of it, I just felt terrible. Like I just didn't feel like myself. I didn't have the energy, but not only the energy, like I'm on vacation. I shouldn't be like mentally struggling, but like I felt like I was. And then as soon as I got home and was able to get back on it, just after 2 days, I was like, holy cow, this is the perfect drink that no matter if I'm losing weight or not, it's beyond the slimming. It's for my mental like stability. It's for my energy levels. So that's just where my journey's been so far, but it is a drink that I am not going to live without again.
Awesome. That's an amazing story. I'm right there with you too. If I don't have it, I feel the difference. So thank you for sharing that. So let's talk to Joy, our coach. Joy, you have been a Reboot winner before, and now you were just given the award because you had the most amount of people that are on your team that entered the Reboot competition this time. And you've had winners, you've coached winners, you've won yourself, you have the most this time. Tell us your story, and what do you tell these people? How do you help them lose their weight and do their journey?
Well, let me just tell you that I was introduced to ZipSlim 2 years ago. It was December 2020, and it was pandemic time, and people were reaching out to me asking, what do you have for weight loss? And I'm like, I don't have anything. But having said that, I watched 2 of my dear friends literally shrink in 90 days prior to that. unbelievable. So I decided, and I'm very scale phobic, just like a lot of you are saying, I had no idea what I weighed, no idea. And I live in yoga clothes, so everything just kept stretching to the max. So I didn't really realize, because I can't say I was a size anything, because I was just always small, medium, or large, and I was maxing the large. So nothing worked for me since menopause. And I said, well, I have to do something. So I just started drinking it. And like some of you had mentioned, I really didn't do anything else. All my habits were really pretty good. The only thing I did was add the 2 ZipSlim and got on the scale every day. And let me tell you, that is a mind-blowing experience when you're phobic about that. And yet I got used to it. Those are the only 2 changes I made. My weight loss was gradual, but my inch loss, my menopause, from menopause that had been expanding over 10 years, started to shrink. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So I have in the past helped other people lose weight as a personal trainer. So I know that people can really change their body and their health if they just put their mind to it. So when I get a new customer, the first thing I do is I encourage, and not everyone does, but I say, you've got to, or please sign up for the Reboot 66. It's going to be a great accountability, if nothing else, for you. And what I ask them to do is to find different ways to measure their progress, because not everyone, likes a scale, as we know, but please, I'm like, do yourself a favor and take your picture and just submit it to Reboot 66. And then just do a breather and just decide how committed you want to be to the program. It's all in place for you if you follow it. And some people get great results just drinking the ZipSlim and not necessarily following all the Reboot rituals. But please, I say, you've got to take your picture. You're not going to be happy. Most people have a frown on their face. They don't like their before picture. No one does. Take your measurements and then do test or close. So you have several different ways of measuring your progress. And for me, I think even though I started to lose weight and lose inches, I think it was when I slid into a pair of white pants that I almost got rid of because I couldn't get them past my hip. And I held them up, and I could actually slide them on and off. And I'm like, this is really working. I wasn't quite believing it until the test or close. But one of the things, you'll never regret taking the before pictures and then the beyond pictures, but do the best. Some people have submitted fabulous comparisons. I did not, because I didn't think I was going to do it. My before picture is me sitting there. My husband took a picture and I'm pointing at my menopause going, what the heck is this? And that was what I submitted for my before. But some people, they put on the same clothes before and after. They do the front, they do the side. It's so inspiring to see people's body composition change. And Katina, Calvin, it's amazing. He's lost 20, 25 pounds. It looks like he's lost 50 because he's maintained, he's kept his lean muscle, just lost the fat. So I said to people, don't worry about the scale. It will shift. But I have a lot of people who have submitted stories where they've gone from one size way down to a smaller size. And even though the scale didn't reflect that. So everyone's different. I'm almost 66. So my body was very different from someone in their 20s, 30s, or 40s starting this, but it worked. And, if anyone is stumbling with, if someone wants to talk to someone about menopause and how this may help them, feel free to call me, because a lot of my customers are that age group and they're having great results.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing all that information. In fact, we're getting, people are commenting how great these stories are and how much they're learning and how much they love hearing from you guys. I have one last question. This is probably the most important one, and I want each of you to answer. What did you do with your $1,000 that you won? Who wants to start? Go ahead, Jen.
Me personally, I have not done anything yet.
Nothing.
Nothing yet. Calvin keeps asking me, so what are you doing? And I haven't. I keep looking at things I'm gonna buy, and I'm like, oh, I'll wait. He's like, that's what you want it for. Do whatever you want. So I'm thinking about definitely a spa day. So we'll see.
Very good. Well, you deserve it. Okay, Jen, did you want to go next?
Well, we have 6 kids adopted through foster care. So I gave back half of mine to people in my area anonymously that don't know. But the other 500, my husband and I are leaving for Maui for our 20th anniversary on Monday for 9 days. So we're gonna probably go snorkeling or something. So half and half for me, half for.
That is so nice. What a good way to spend it. Candace, what did you do with yours?
I put it in an account for my son to use in Boston. He's in school in Boston. And I put it in his account.
Lucky son. That's great. Shelby.
They're so sweet. I'm taking mine to Vegas.
That would be you and Calvin.
That sounds like something I would do too. That's great. Joy, what did you do with your $1,000?
Well, I upped the ante with gifts for grandkids for Christmas. It came at a perfect time, so splurged a little bit there. Still have some money. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but really appreciate that. That was quite a surprise.
I bet your grandkids are loving you. You're the favorite grandma. That's amazing. Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you taking this time. And I'm sure that there will be people reaching out with questions. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll be talking to y'all soon.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Have a good one.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.